What ethical practices or guidelines are you all putting in place to ensure AI is used properly within your organization? So again, what ethical practices or guidelines are you all putting in place to ensure AI is used properly within your organization?
Look, the first thing is before we really did anything, we sat down and tried to understand the risk. And then we incorporated that into a policy because we want to make sure that people understand where there is risk, how to think about the risk, how to identify the risk. And so we launched a policy, we launched training around that policy, we forced people to acknowledge it. That really was the bedrock in which we began everything. We also with concerns of how these LLM works and using data, we quickly made sure that we brought an enterprise version inside our own, call it firewall. And that way it gives people a safe place to play. So if you're relying on an employee to use Chat GPT or whatever and use their own discretion, ultimately they're going to make mistakes if you're human. But if you build it inside and actually give them a safe place to play, then you mitigate a lot of that type of risk from an information security perspective. In terms of some of the other biases and stuff like that that can be found in these tools, it's continue to educate through training, that ultimately these tools are not necessarily creating content. They're pulling in content and throwing it back at you in a very synthesized way. And so at the end of the day, there is a human that has created some content somewhere. And with that, there could be bias. You have to be aware of that. Just as if you're interacting with any other person, you have to be aware of several different biases that come from just interacting with any different type of human.